Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, here in the room and somewhere, I hope so, on the internet. And thank you, Nick, for your invitation. And it's just a little bit embarrassing situation for me, because this is not the first time we are together in a conference, but it's the first time I have to do it in English. And so you will be able to compare how poor is my English compared to his very good Spanish. So please accept my apologies in advance, and I will try to do my best, or at least to be brief. I won't do it, but I will try. The first project I will present to you this afternoon is part of the projects participated or led by our research group, RIAL, here at the University of Salamanca, that deal with the topic of multiculturality or interculturality in education. Paloma presented before one of the projects involved in this research line of projects, and this is an almost finished project. It is coming to an end by the end of this month. It is a project aimed to the development of new approaches for history teaching and learning using, as you will see, so-called popular history magazines and new approaches for learning history in a multinational and multicultural perspective. The project is a Comenius project. It's almost finished. We are not the leaders. The institution is the University of Oxford. This is in some kind second stage of a previous project called MIH. We lead it and devoted to the development of learning materials for geography and history, teaching and learning in secondary school. And we are 6 partners. The leader is the University of Oxford. And the charge of this project, you can see here different popular history magazines. And the charge is not simple to explain, but it is simple to understand. Let's take a look at this guy. If you are in Germany, maybe when a student think about Germany and Poland, maybe the idea should be that of an expansion of the German territory. But when you live in Poland, you feel this as an invasion. If you are in Spain and you speak about Columbus, you are speaking on a discoverer. But from the point of view of Latin American countries, Columbus is not a discoverer. They haven't been discovered. They were there. He is a conqueror, and not a very good one. Better English when they went to. Okay. So this is quite simple for us, but it is not so simple for students in secondary school, and it's not so simple to explain them that there are different narratives in history, because they usually think on science, history, maths, or whatever, as a very strict and serious science. So, if 2 plus 2 is 4, that's no discussion, there's nothing to discuss. But this is not the thing we see in history, but they don't understand that. They are not aware of historical consciousness. And there's another gap between scientific history and popular history magazines, as they are products. They are business. And our business is to tell them the truth, so-called the truth. And that's not their business. In Spain, I had to take an approach regarding the discovery of America, much more different of a Mexican journal. Okay. And we have to move on also to new didactical approaches for using digital media and to let our students be aware of this historical consciousness. It's simple to understand, but it is not so simple to carry out, as you will see. I will confess some good points we reached and also some problems we faced. And we didn't solve all of them yet. And the aim of this project, as you can see in this dark cloud, is to create a dialogue between history teachers and media professionals. And that's not simple. Media professionals are interested on characters, on battles, and history teachers are interested on the semiotic of the causes involved in World War I. And students are not interested nor in the first nor in the second question. But we have to do so. Secondly, we have to join different multi-perspective approaches by comparing different historical narratives in the same country, in different textbooks, and obviously in different countries. And it is not so simple. And we have to approximate media education to history teaching. It is, according to some studies, it is one of the subjects where technological innovation is less used by teachers, and that's a challenge to face. And obviously, linked to the technological innovation, I come from philosophy, and I teach philosophy and social sciences and history, and here I teach something related to educational guidance at the faculty. But there's no interest in innovation in technology if we cannot succeed in innovating in processes and methodologies. And that's another question to face when you try to innovate with technology. There's nothing to deal with technology if you don't change your methodology first. So we intended to achieve these aims through the development of a baseline study. This is perfect for scholars. They love doing baseline studies. This is not for students, obviously, and this is not all for history teachers at secondary school. And a set of digital open educational resources with a different approach, because they try to join different historical narratives and to join the interests of curricular issues and commercial interests of popular history magazines. And finally, a set of courses for both future and in-service teachers, for letting them know about this new, or maybe not so new, approach of mixing digital media, multicultural perspectives, and so on. And the outcomes, we can, the next project I will present to you later can't speak about outcomes, but this is coming to an end, so we can have some outcomes. The baseline study is available, and if you're interested on it, you will have a presentation on the website, so you can reach it. And we have produced up to 13 digital modules translated into all the languages involved in the project, and with the different approaches coming from the different countries, related to two topics. We selected this history crossroads. So we selected a set of topics that are present in all the curricular traditions in the countries involved. One is World War I, and 2014 was the anniversary, and the other is Columbus. And in the pilot stage, we engage 14 groups, and 350 students for piloting the digital models with the results I will show you later, not with tables but with some remarks. And we trained up to 43 in-service plus 125 future teachers in these new methodologies. 4 public newsletters available on websites, 20 articles or conference papers in academic spaces, and a final conference in less than 1 month ago in Wrocław, in Poland, related to the history and edutainment. This is interesting because this is the address we want to point later by the end of this project to move forward another new approachment of history, teaching and learning. And this conference related to the history, the International Society of History Didactics was led by the project leader, Susanne Popp from the University of Oxford in Germany. And achievements and difficulties we found, honestly, more or less honestly. The project itself was well recognized and acknowledged for secondary school teachers. They found it very interesting. Oh, it's interesting to join history magazines, not serious but popular history magazines, and history crossroad. Interesting. It's interesting to know about different ways to approach World War I in different countries in Europe. And also the digital models, I will show you briefly one of them later. Also digital models have been received and acknowledged with some kind of success. Also the methodology is being well accepted, interesting the fact of mixing media and journals and different approaches. But we were too much optimistic regarding maturity and historical consciousness of our students. I must confess that this is because most of the project outcomes were led by faculty, university teachers, not secondary school teachers. I'd like to say that I represent the best of both worlds as Hannah Montana, but I won't do it. I have been a bad university teacher and maybe a bad history teacher as I have been involved in this and I couldn't see it in advance. And students are not aware of the interest involved in different narratives, especially political, and they are not aware, they are too young, and we have to accept that. And digital models not always fit students' requirements. They were too difficult. We knew it. And when we tasted it with students, we acknowledged it. But we did not have the time to change the digital models since the project is going to an end. So we will learn for the next project. And popular history magazines are not products to be read by students directly. They have to be decoded by teachers. It's not so simple. Let's take a piece of this very interesting article from Poland, popular history magazine. Okay, I will give you in English, don't worry. In Spain, I will give you in English. It's better, in Polish it's a little bit difficult, but in English you can. They can't. Even in Spanish, they can't. I say they can't, not students, teachers. And finally, we have been thinking about the possibility to move forward a strategy of gamification in history and entertainment. This could seem so simple and so obvious for you, because in this conference we are talking about gamification in a lot of sessions, but it's not so simple for history teachers. History is something so serious, and you cannot try to think on gaming with this. But playing with this is using, I don't know, an Xbox game about World War II and shooting a lot of Nazis or Russians, and that's not the point. And they are starting to be aware of the significance of gaming in the construction of historical consciousness. If you think about the reasons to one historical narrative problem, and you try to resolve this challenge as a student, and I as teacher, I can help you to understand this problem. Maybe I am much in the way to let you become aware of the relevance of historical consciousness. And maybe that's the point of, I hope, our next project or next proposal, if we succeed as we did with 2 previous editions. Thank you, and I'm here for you.
Questions? Just a curiosity. Did you have any intellectual property issues?
There are Creative Commons. If you're interested on it, I can show you in a couple of minutes one digital model in case you're interested. You cannot download it. No, it is possible to download them. No, just to use. But they are Creative Commons, and the digital models were created at